Hey everyone, welcome to POPXP. And before the show starts, make sure to click that subscribe button and click the bell to get notifications when we go live and we upload awesome new content. And don't forget, if you can, make sure to share our stream on all your social media outlets. We appreciate it, and thanks for helping us grow the POPXP channel. Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's the brain of the mainframe here now, Scott with POPXP, and joining me as always, the teen sensation, Mr. Billy Tucci. Or Tucci, huh? Ooh. We'll give that one to Blevins. Credit goes to Brian Blevins on that.
There you go. What's going on, man?
Not too much, brother. It's another day. It's hump day, man. Just getting through the week. Crazy stuff going on. We don't have a president yet as far as this election's concerned. No true winner.
Yeah, a lot of fishy,
at the moment.
A lot of fishy stuff going on, I'll tell you that.
It's all fishy, see? I'll have to call that Sherlock Holmes to investigate, sir.
Oh, Holmes?
Hell yeah, but we got a great show tonight, man.
Let's talk comics.
Freaking great show. Let's talk comics. Screw that politics crap, right? We've got a great show tonight. We've got our favorite convention producer in the house tonight.
Right.
We've got two marvelous creators joining us tonight with their indie products. We've got one that's a self-proclaimed comic creator, has all this stuff out direct to purchase, is not doing the crowdfunding scene right now, but is bringing his books out through his online outlets and everything. And the other one is a past guest of ours that we've had on, so we'll be checking him out. He's from across the pond with a lovely book, so it'll be fun to chat with him. Without further ado, my friend Billy, let's welcome our first guest. Everyone, Mr. Terrific himself, yes. Mr. Mitch Hallock. Mitch, how are you?
Oh, Billy Tucci, Niles, how you doing? I was just reading some Captain America here. That's all.
Oh, is that the pocket edition?
Oh, your pocket. If you're Andre the Giant, it's it's this sucker. It was the 75th anniversary of Captain America.
Wow.
Yeah, there he is when Cap was president. Some crazy green screen going on there.
Yeah, crazy green screen.
He's that guy.
Yeah. I'm like on Star Trek. I'm like floating around and all the high-tech special effects. Lucasfilm did this.
Look at you.
It cost a couple $1 million here. George Lucas himself put this thing in,
Wow, ILM magic right there. ILM magic.
Yeah, yes, ILM magic. Yes, right. I mean, look, Baby Yoda's there. Can you see Baby Yoda?
Yeah, it's like invisible.
Baby Yoda's there.
Baby Yoda.
It looks like Billy. Well, it's kind of crazy.
Well, they have the same. They have the same outfit on.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
The eyes are the same.
The only thing is, Billy's older than Baby Yoda. So
how old is Baby Yoda?
Baby Yoda's 50 years old on the show, so technically,
yeah. So I am older.
You're there. You are.
4.
Wow.
So am I. We're like two months apart, I think, Bill.
I know. We would have so much fun in high school together.
I know. Well, if you showed up, I went to Catholic school. I was a good boy. I was in an all boys Catholic school, Billy.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
It was not, Billy. That's why I read a lot of comic books, Billy. I kept out of the locker. Kept out of the locker room and was going down to pick up my comic books. And you know who was at my comic book store buying books every week too?
Oh, let me guess. Can I guess? Let me think. Bill Sienkiewicz?
Close. Yeah, he was there too.
Okay, let me think. Hang on. Let me think. Who lives up there? John Byrne.
He was there too, but no, it was the Captain America guy in the early 80s. Secret Wars. Come on. His last name sounds like Shrek. Come on, Billy.
Oh, Mike Zeck?
Oh, Mike Zeck. Yes.
Connecticut guy. I was trying to think.
No, he's a Florida guy, but he lived in New Haven, and he shopped at the same shop I did. We're right next to each other. Oh, so there you go. Yeah.
Cool.
What was the first comic shop in Connecticut?
I don't know. I used to go to a place in New Haven called the Paperback Trader.
Paperback Trader.
And upstairs from that, Billy might remember this. It was all that self-help stuff in the 70s. It was an EST meeting room. Do you know what EST is? It was like the power of you and, believe in yourself and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That was going on upstairs. But I used to go to a comic book shop. Now, you might know this one. It was called the Space Travelers Trading Post.
Mhm.
It was in Derby, Connecticut.
Yes.
Yes. And then there was a bunch up near Hartford and stuff. But that's where we'd get the funny books. Of course.
Up by Hartford.
This up by Hartford, yeah. Then we'd go get the 7-Eleven. You get your you get your Slurpee, and you get your spinner rack, and you get your comic books. What else could you want in life?
What else could you want?
You could go anywhere and get a comic back then.
Back then, yeah. Gas stations, grocery stores, everywhere.
Pharmacies, everywhere. You could get a comic book.
Barbershops.
Barbershop is where I got my first set of comics. The barber was like, "You like those books?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Keep them." And I was like,
go.
"What?
What were
like
they?
Pink. It was Pink Panther. It was like all like Hanna-Barbera books and stuff. But I think there was a Spider-Man or two in there.
Like Mitch is like a crap. It's all crap.
It's all crap.
To like a 5 or 6 year old, it was gold.
That's right.
That's
right. They were gold.
And then I went to Card Castle in Meriden. I don't know if you remember Card Castle.
Nah,
it was on East Main Street. And that's where I got my first Batman comic. That's actually where I first saw She. That's where I got my first She comic book.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Who made that? Jerry Tucci?
Probably because it was it was poorly written.
And then I remember
Jerry's work.
I remember going to my first comic book convention where they were just like, $1 to get in, and maybe it was 50 cents, and it was just a big VFW hall, and a bunch of guys selling comic books. You know who was there, Billy?
Mike Zeck.
No, somebody else who also lived in Connecticut.
Jerry
really
Ordway.
Famous.
Jerry Ordway.
No, not yet.
Amanda Connor.
Not yet. Wally Wood.
Oh, Wally Wood.
Wally Wood. He lived in Derby, Connecticut. He was the first comic book artist I ever met. And what a jerk I was to him. Because they had a big sign that said, "Today only, meet legendary comic book artist Wally Wood." Right. And I was with my friend Al Pilato, and we were buying comics, and I had a stack of books, and I go, "World famous comic book artist. If he's so world famous, how come I never heard of him?" And my friend said, "He's standing right next to you." And I turned, and there was Wally Wood right next to me.
And then he killed himself. Thanks.
He did right after that. He did. He said, "You don't know who I am?" I said, "No, I'm sorry, sir." He goes, "That's okay." And sure enough, he ends up, God forbid, he shot himself not too long after that. And my friend Al found the newspaper article, sent it to my house, and said, "You killed Wally Wood because you just shot his ego down that day."
My God.
That haunted me forever.
Oh man.
And
do you still think about that?
Yeah, I do. The Catholic school. And it's the guilt. And then somebody told me, "Oh, no, don't worry about it. Wally was a nut. He was a big gun nut. He was drinking. It wasn't anything to do with you. Don't worry about it." I'm like, "Oh,
you believe that?"
What you mean that they just said that to me to make me feel good? Oh, God, no.
Pop culture, even Mitch's stories are terrific.
Yeah.
That's right, Blevins.
Look at that.
I know. I remember the time. It was when I met Stan Lee. I said, "Stan, how come Marvel doesn't pay as much as DC?" Because I got offered a job at Marvel Comics in 1993, and they were going to pay me $23,000, Billy, and I was making $40,000 in Connecticut, and I turned the job down. Yeah. And the guy said, "What are you, crazy? There's a line of people around the block that would kill to work here at Marvel Comics in 1993. I was going to be a Romita Raider. You know what those guys were? Yeah. So I said, "Well, they must have rich parents because I can't afford to live on $23,000 a year. I just got married, man." So I go to DC Comics for an interview. They were going to pay me $38,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
So the day of that, I had a stockholder meeting at Marvel Comics because I had stock in Marvel, and Stan was there. And I said to Stan, "How come they don't pay as much?" He goes, "Don't ask me. Go ask that guy over there. His name is Ron Perlman." I said, "You got it." So I walked right up to Ron Perlman, and I think Casada was there, and a bunch of guys are standing around him. I go, "Could I ask you a question, sir?" He goes, "Sure. What is it?" I go, I'm a stockholder. He goes, oh, well, what do you want to know? I go, why don't you pay your employees as much as DC Comics does, huh? And he goes, well, we're very competitive. I don't know where you got that from. I go, I'll tell you where I got that from, Mr. Perlman. I know for personal experience because you people only offered me $23,000 and your competition offered me $38,000.
You people, you use that.
And I did. And Stan Lee was so mortified that I actually went up and asked him. I went back to him and Stan goes, you got moxie, kid. And he took my comic and he put good luck at the distinguished competition, your friend Stan Lee.
Oh, that's great.
And I went into DC Comics so high and excited because Stan Lee wished me good luck. I walked up to the secretary and you go up to DC and they got Superman punching through the wall, which was designed by Jerry Ordway. And I go in there and the secretary's like, what are you here for? I said, I'm here to interview with Robin Brosterman and I got a job interview, blah, blah, blah. And look what I got. Stan Lee gave me a recommendation to come work here. And she goes, you know, he works for the competition, right? Yeah, but it's Stan Lee. That's the guy. She goes, well, don't tell them about that. Okay. I'm like, okay. What are you going to do?
DC. What were you going to do with DC Comics?
I was going to work in the marketing department in 1994 to help spread the word of comic books and funny books and get people to buy them.
Wow.
Right?
That would be great. But you didn't do it? You didn't take the position?
No, because then I got offered more money to stay in Connecticut. I'm a whore. As Howard Chaykin called me, I'm a whore. Said it to my face.
Well, you know, you gotta pay the bills. You gotta follow the green sometimes.
No, Chaykin, right in front of everybody. 1992. Chaykin's there. We're at the was it the Ambassador Hotel? There was a comic convention, and it's me. And I go in there and I got a comic book that I had written and drawn. I was trying to get it published. I was trying to get an agent. And Howard, no offense to Billy, but Howard was my favorite comic book writer artist of all time. And I go in there and there's Chaykin. He's sitting next to Starlin. And it was the Bravura comic line had just started. You guys remember Bravura Comics?
Yep.
Power and Glory and all that. That was him. So I go in there. Mike Mignola is there just starting with Hellboy, trying to get that going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He just had a baby. I'm talking to him. And I said, I got to talk to Chaykin. He's like, be careful. Be careful. And I didn't know why. So I get in line, and there's all these people getting their books signed by Howard. And I got up there. My wife was with me. And I said, Mr. Chaykin, you are my idol. How do I become you? How do I get into the industry? How do I start making money and TV deals and movie deals and lunch boxes? And I was getting all crazy. And he goes, stop. Are you here to be an artist? I go, yeah. But I also want to make money. He goes, oh, no, forget it. If you're not here to draw and express the God-given talent you have, and you're just here to do that for a paycheck. You know what we call people like you that do things for money? No. He goes, oh. I go, no. He goes, get out of my sight. I only talk to artists. I don't talk to whores.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. And my wife goes, wow, you're a real a-hole. And he goes, what? And she goes, you're an asshole. And then he goes, what are you? Who are you? And she goes, that's my boyfriend I can't remember if we were married then. But no, we weren't married. So I'm devastated. I just want to crawl away and die because he's making a big stink about it, yelling at me, calling me all kind of names and everything like that. And then I go, okay, whatever. And people are buying his latest book to get it autographed. And I said, well, how much is that book? He said, it's $2. If you buy a copy, I'll sign it. Do you want one? I go, no, I just want to establish that you're selling your art for $2. So you're basically a $2 whore. Oh! And he said, get out. Get the F out. And he threw me out.
Really? You really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was bad. So that was 1992. And in 2010, I had to interview him at Baltimore Comic-Con. He didn't remember me. And it was me, Walt and Louise Simonson, Klaus Janson, and Howard Chaykin, all on a long table there. And I sat next to him, and I said, Mr. Chaykin, you might not remember me, but there's only two people in this world I hate, Adolf Hitler and you. And depending on the day, it's a toss-up who's in first place.
Oh, no.
And he goes, what did I do to you? And I tell him the story I just told you. And he said, I have no recollection of that. He goes, so I'm sorry for that. And he goes, but the fact that you've been harboring this hatred and anger for me for almost, 15 years or whatever it was at that point. He goes, what a waste of energy. What a waste of life. I go, yeah, but I'm Italian. We do these things. Yeah. We don't forgive.
We hold grudges.
We hold grudges.
We hold grudges.
So he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. The next day he sees me, he goes, hey, can I buy you breakfast? I thought about you all night and how I made you so upset for all these years. I go, we're good. We're good. Don't worry about it. Forget it.
Call me a whore.
But now he comes to my show all the time, and we're like this. We're like that. You see?
That's great, man.
That's him, and that's me. That's how we are. We're like that. So
it's like Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
And the whore and the rich man are
I love that your wife calling you an asshole.
I'm a lifelong what?
I said, I love you. The idea of your wife saying, you're an asshole.
Oh yeah, and the funny thing is, we're at Mohegan Sun after TerrifiCon 2 years ago. We're all at the Irish bar upstairs.
Okay.
Lansdowne. So we're all there and we're having celebrating because the show's over. It was a success. Everybody liked it. And Howard's at the table. My wife loves him. Who's this guy? He's so funny because now he's like Grandpa Howard. We all love Mr. Chaikin now. And I go, don't you remember? That's the guy you called an asshole back in 1992. No. I go, oh yeah, you did. And she goes, oh, I forgot all about it. I go, you forgot about it too? Everybody forgot about it.
You're an asshole.
Yeah, but no.
So then you went home and crossed him off the hit list.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing.
That's so great. What a great story.
Now, Billy, I got to ask you. Now, you've, as hard as it is to believe, but Billy, you must have encountered some rejection in your life, professionally and personally. Do you hold grudges, Billy, or do you let it go?
Nah, I don't hold grudges.
None at all? Come on.
Nope, I don't.
Did you ever in the time of your life, or is that just something
that
you got over?
Sure, I did. Yeah. Back in the day, I did. But not anymore. I don't. I feel it's healthier for me. I try to find my inner chi, my calm. That's why, I don't. I don't think you could find me saying a bad thing about anybody in comics.
Right.
Twitter or any of that crap.
Oh, that's all nonsense. That's all drama.
Yeah, I don't get into the spats and all that crap. But
yeah, that's high school.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of there's people I hate. There's some people I see them, I'll kick the shit out of them. To be honest with you, still to this day.
See, there you go. There you go.
There are a few grudges in them.
Yeah. Like some guy my wife was seeing.
Oh well, yeah, that goes without saying. Yeah, we all got
that son of a bitch. I'll fuck him up.
Absolutely.
Before you were married, though, right?
Yeah.
No.
He makes some guy my wife was seeing.
Okay. No. You know what's funny?
The guy my wife was seeing 3 years ago.
I was doing a convention in Florida, Miami, Florida, and I was a marketing director. Before comic books, I was into real world stuff. So we're selling the software, and this guy comes up. Now, my wife had dated this guy in high school. Obviously, before she met me, what was she thinking? And I remember the guy's name, and how they got the little name tags when you go to a convention, like, hi, I'm Bob Smith. I see the name, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I don't know that name. What do I know that name? I know that guy. His picture was on my mother-in-law's mantle because he took my wife to the senior prom in high school. Oh. And I used to see his picture when I'd go over there for Christmas. And I go, hey, when we get married, get that picture off that mantle. Okay. What is this? Okay.
I had to do the same thing.
Yeah.
We weren't married yet. I'm like, get rid of that friggin' picture.
Right.
My daughter, she looked beautiful there. Like, well, get this asshole. Her boyfriend was like 21 or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'd be like, what? He can't go. He couldn't find college girls his own age. He had to go with the 16-year-old girls.
Wait, whoa, that's a whole other story. What do you got going on, Billy?
Get me going.
Debbie was 16 and she was dating a 21-year-old guy.
16 when she
What the hell? Is that legal, Billy? I think that's illegal.
I don't think that is legal.
No, I think we're looking at jail time, Billy. Where's that guy?
Bro.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. I know where he is.
Yeah, we got another guy here that's been holding a grudge. Brian Blevins.
I see that.
Held a grudge when I met my idol comic book creator. spent the day with him and was excited to do business. Then was forgotten for a decade. It all worked out.
He's saying me. That's Blevins talking about me.
I was gonna say, would his name be William TUCCI?
Yeah. So we hung out. I thought we hung out in Chicago, and he said it was California, which I'm sure he's right.
Something with his thing, yeah.
And so we said we were talking about. I remember talking about these guys going duck hunting and doing all that stuff, and then something came up, and I couldn't go out to dinner with them. I don't know, I think it was right after William was born or something like that. We're going back it was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And so then he's all upset because I don't really remember it.
Just sounds like an awkward one-night stand. You promised a lot.
Yeah, we're hanging out at the show.
Never expecting to see again.
All I know is Baltimore Comic-Con, I think it was 2 years ago, I went to the Ringo Awards, but after the Ringo Awards, the biggest and best party in the house was hanging out with Billy Tucci, because outside was him, Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, Frank Cho. They're all sitting there smoking cigars and having a grand old time down there. And I'm like, why am I upstairs hanging out with these guys? I should be downstairs with them.
Man, yeah, that's how it was.
The party was happening downstairs, man.
We do that every Saturday night at Baltimore. We all get together, and it's we've been doing it for a decade, man. It's great. Saturday night after what's now the Ringos, when it was before that, or the Diamond, or whatever it was before that. And now we have a great time. Great time. We start singing songs and stuff, and guitar, and all the twos are there. It's great.
Yeah. Without COVID, we couldn't do that this year. So.
Yep, exactly.
No. Hopefully next year.
Pretty soon.
Where does that leave you now, Mitch? Because you basically have two years, really, right? So you've had a year planning the TerrifiCon. Now you have technically you're looking at basically another year. So you have 2 years to plan your convention. So has it made you think outside the box? Anything new? Maybe even saying, "Hey, Mohegan, let's go bigger."
No. What happened? I'm already getting hit up by actors and artists, agents trying to book people and stuff for next year. But in Connecticut, we were doing great. Our numbers were down, but now we got to go back to phase 2, so they're limiting the stuff. It's what it is. It's like you ever work on a project. I'm standing by to stand by. I got all these plans in motion, all these things I want to do, but until you get the green light and they blow the all clear signal, you're kind of just circling. I'm like a pilot on an airport, just going around waiting for a landing, Yeah. So it's frustrating. That's what it is. It's like the most helpless I think I've ever had in a job. I mean, I got panels like you wouldn't believe, because while I've been home, I've been reading all my old Marvel comics and all my old omnibuses and all that stuff. And I got a lot of creators coming to the show. So I want to talk about all these great stories these guys did. But we got to get together, because as much as this Zoom thing and all this internet stuff's fine, it's not the same thing as being at a show face to face, hearing Billy screaming about stuff, throwing markers at you. And, that's what you need. You miss that stuff.
Yeah, well, we love your show right now. We talk about
all the time.
It really is one of the best shows in the world.
It's fun. It's that classic. Well, you can just tell that the show is produced by a comic book fan, because there's little things to your show that just make it fun. It's good. It's a great time.
Well, I hope we're all together next year, all back together, because next year is the 80th anniversary of my favorite guy, Captain America. 80 years of Captain America in 2021.
There you go.
So we got to have a big celebration. We got
80 years of Mr. Fury too, so we should do something with that.
Everybody and their brother. Come on, bring it on, man.
Fury debuted a month after Cap did.
Yeah?
Yep, April 6th. And Cap was March 5th or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. See that?
Yeah.
Now, have you ever toyed with the online idea that some of these other productions have been putting on?
Yeah, a lot of people have actually approached me, like about 5 or 6 guys, and said, why don't you do an online thing? Why don't you do interviews or auctions and all that stuff? But like I said, it's kind of like playing a baseball. If you're a baseball player and you end up watching it at home, it's not the same thing. You don't hear the crowd. You don't smell the beer and the peanuts and the popcorn and all. There's something that just you can't create. This is great. Don't get me wrong. It's nice to talk to everybody on this computer while we're sitting here with no pants on. I don't know about you, Billy, but I'm free balling it right now.
Yeah,
but,
I got no pants on you.
But the
no
thing
pants and a fan on.
Yeah, it's getting cold out there, but it's I don't know. It's just not the same thing. It just I can't replace it, So no, I haven't thought of it.
Now on the business end though of conventions, like you see them putting this stuff on and it's like, oh, it's free for everyone. It's free. But like when you're producing these things though, I don't see how it's free for a convention producer to get some of these guests to come on. So I mean, is it even a lucrative thing? Like how would one even produce that? Have you actually looked into it?
Everybody's time is worth something, I mean, you're going to ask an actor to come on and talk to you for a while. He might say, well, that's all well and good, but I got bills to pay too, what's in it for me? So I know they're doing a lot of these meet and greets where you pay the money and you get to talk to like Billy Tucci one-on-one for a couple of minutes. Yeah. Or you get some autograph books. That's cool. I mean, you get some books signed, but I don't know the economics of it all. I just don't know how they're out there making a good chunk of change. I'm sure they're doing something because I see them popping up every weekend. But until we get this thing put to bed and get back to the physical conventions again, I'm just going to wait.
Yeah. Now, Critical Blast asks, can you ask Mitch about the other company that's using the Terrific name in their shady business?
Somebody asked me that. They said there's something called Terrific Comics or something. And I said, I don't know what that's about. And I looked into it. It started up about a year ago. It's not Terrific
publisher.
Yeah, it's a comic book publisher called Terrific Comics.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
that's the one that's
Liefeld's property, right? Doesn't he have Youngblood or something?
Yeah, I think Rob's involved with it. Yeah, I have no affiliation with it, or it just might be a coincidence that we have the word terrific.
Like Terrific Comic or something, right?
Yeah. And I'm the Terrific Comic Con, shortened to Terrific Con. I mean, I got the trademark with the patent office and stuff, but
it's Andrew Rev, the guy who ran Comic Co. Is this the controversial publisher that everyone is saying stay away from?
Yeah.
Critical Blast. This is the one, right? Like, don't do business with this people. They don't even have like anything out yet, and they've already. I think when the pandemic hit, they screwed a bunch of people. I think I could be wrong. Critical Blast may know. Yes, it is.
Who's Comic Co? Why does that sound familiar? Was that back in the 80s?
From the 80s?
I don't.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I remember Pacific.
Bought it after, like they might.
He bought Youngblood from Liefeld, so he owns the rights to Youngblood now, according to Harrenberg.
Oh, really? Rob sold that? Oh, I thought he
got to pay the bills.
That's weird. I didn't know. I don't know. I'm nothing to do with whatever the hell they're called, Terrifico or Comico, Terrific Con, whatever. I'm Terrific Con. Ask for it by name. What else is going on?
The Connecticut Yankee.
Yeah, all here and fun.
Well, we've got. If you want to hang out with us, Mitch, we've got two awesome creators in the house. They're sitting backstage now. If you don't mind, we're going to bring these fine gentlemen on. You're more than welcome to hang out, check out their cool comics that they've got going on. First, I'd like to bring in Mr. Marvin Wynn. He brought the Edge universe to us. It's an awesome series. So everyone, please welcome Marvin. Marvin, how you doing, man?
How's it going, guys?
It's going well. Happy to finally have you on the show.
Oh, good to be here. Good to be here.
Yeah, Marvin's been a supporter of our show. He's sent us comics, things that we've checked out. Really good stuff. The art's great. I'll flash up some of the images. And then from across the pond, my first solo interview. A night Billy Tucci said, I can't do the show. And I was a bit green, and I said, I'm going to do it, Billy. I'm going to do it. So I grabbed some whiskey, and I had a couple glasses with my good friend, William Hazle. William, welcome back to the show.
Slunge. Good to see you.
Good to see you. I've got Starbucks.
That'll do.
That'll do.
Yeah, we got a couple of things. Some people, Kimiko, J.C. Vaughn is in the house, and Rob did not sell. We could just jump in real quick. Did not sell it to him. So I don't know if he lost it or something. Who knows?
The Great Train Robbery.
Yep. Yeah, could be, brother. Yeah, and it's Kimiko.
It was. Yeah. I think it was part of a movie deal.
Mm-hmm.
So the rights went over for a movie deal, and then I guess Rev was part of that deal, and it was kind of a sell for money for a movie.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now, do you guys know the controversy going on at all with this Terrific Comics or whatever it is? Is it something to do with COVID? Right? Didn't they kind of blow off a lot of people?
I know someone I know did some work for them and didn't get paid, and
that's what it was.
Yeah, yep.
Craziness. You gotta pay, people. You gotta pay. Gotta pay to get your way. Otherwise, it's bad news. Bad news.
And you don't do the time. If you can't, don't do the crime.
JC's got all the info here. JC Vaughn, VP of Gemstone Publishing.
Yes.
Got this lovely book in from. We're gonna do the just while it's in my head, the Overstreet at 50 years. We're gonna be doing the special. I got this book in a couple days ago from JC. It's freaking gorgeous. Have you seen this yet, Billy?
Is that a Joe Jusko cover?
That is a Joe Jusko cover.
No, I have not. When are we doing this?
I'll go big, but the green screen's gonna. Let me try to get that light so it angles it. But
look at that!
There you go. This is a gorgeous book.
Yeah. When are we doing it, Niall?
I don't know. When's your wife not around? No. Whenever, bro.
That's cool. I think Debbie is contemplating doing the Friday night show of when we get her drunk.
Oh, that's cool. Just to clarify that, one of the reward levels, gentlemen, is buy Debbie a drink because she basically does everything.
Yeah,
and so she's got like 50-something drinks, and she has to drink all of them live on the air.
So
it's gonna get pretty crazy.
Yeah, so we might do that on Friday. We're not booked, right? Friday, we're good.
Yeah, you're good for that on Friday if you guys want to pull that off.
I think she can be done with fulfillment by Friday. I just owe I owe 2 commissions. So once I get those 2 commissions,
is it a Rocketeer? Is it a Rocketeer picture?
I have a Rocketeer for you, buddy, coming. I did that. I didn't like the Rocketeer I did that time for you, so I got to do a better one for you. I promise I have a bitchin' Rocketeer coming your way. I promise you. Beautiful.
10 years in the making.
No, it's like 3 years in the making. 2 years.
He's sculpted it out of stale bread.
Yeah,
that's how long it's taken. William, man, how have you been, bro?
Good, man. I've had a good year. Kind of like it's my second campaign on the go. Been working on loads of stuff. Your friend Charlie's London. Been working on her campaign with her, and I can't believe it's been a year since I talked to you last. Things have just moved that quickly.
I know. It seems like it was just like a couple weeks ago. It's crazy how everything goes.
Crazy indeed.
You know, you have the slow moments, but when you get in the zone of doing these streams and working on the campaigns and stuff, I mean, time does really fly. You can't, you know, next thing you know, stuff's flying up on your memories, you know, and Facebook and all that stuff. It's like, holy crap, that was a year ago. It felt like it was literally like 2 weeks ago.
I know. And then you cry a little inside, but then you just get on with life, you know.
Yeah. Like I got a reminder that like I got married. I was like, what is this all about? You know, it's incredible how this all happens. It's unbelievable. But Marvin, man, let's chat with you a bit here with The Edge. Because I mean, this is such a great series you put together. You have a whole slew of characters, and I mean, you've got a whole universe here that you're just building up and building up. So tell us a bit about The Edge.
So I always say that it's a love letter to 90s comics. So it's throwing out vibes from like image books from the 90s, Wildcat, Stormwatch, and X-Men. So basically the premise is The Edge is a drug that while it gives you abilities, they have no control over them. And the more they use them, the more it drains them. And eventually it'll just kill them off. Like no one's going to survive The Edge.
Mm-hmm.
So in the background, we've got a few nefarious characters who are making a commercial version of The Edge called The Verge. So The Verge allows another group to select powers. So they're able to select a certain amount of powers for a certain amount of time. So they can get super strength, flight abilities, the ability to shoot flames. But that also has a price too, because the person who gave them the powers has the control over them, so he can cut them off at any time.
Oh, wow. So all these powers are drug induced.
Yes.
And basically the ultimate resulting of this is you lose your life. Eventually you are going to be worn out.
Right. And only one of the characters is aware of that. and before it was too late before music. If you jump onto that drive, there's a character called Chaos that is infected, and it's starting to turn his body different colors.
All right, I'll pull that. Let me grab that image
for you. Come on, Scala.
So he sent me so many images, bro. I threw a few in here right into the stream. Yeah, let me grab that.
Yeah, so basically he's been using his powers more than anyone, so it's taken a toll.
Is that it there? No.
Yeah, that's one of the covers.
Yeah. Now, when did you start this whole comic idea? When did this take effect?
I would say, I mean, it was born of Image. Before Image, I was unaware that there were like independent comic books.
Mm-hmm.
So it was all Marvel, DC when I was younger in the 80s. And it was just a matter of just wanting to get ideas out there because my grandfather was a poet, and he published a few poetry books.
Oh, that's cool.
And he instilled that like ideas of creation into me, and I thought comics was always the dream of getting out there because you got the voice and you got the visual, which was a lot better than novelizing things for me back then. So it was just something that fell together and just getting it done.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
That art is great.
So yeah, the artist is we call him Mark V because I can never pronounce his last name properly. He's from the Philippines, so and I'm going to butcher it. It's Voikunyikat, so we just call him V. Like I don't want to pronounce that anymore ever again. I do it once, and I'm like, no, it's Mark V. So we'll just stick with just the nickname.
Now, how many issues are you up to now in the series?
Since we joined up with Second Sight Studio, we went back and remastered issue 1. Mm-hmm. Currently, up to issue 12 is drawn. I've plotted up to issue 24. When I was originally writing it, it was finite, and we were going to end it with like the total destruction of everything. But I just keep coming up with ideas, so it just keeps growing and it keeps growing and keeps growing.
So, how many years are you into this?
About 9.
About 9 years. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's a good amount of time. Now, are you doing any of you do the Kickstarter campaigns and all that stuff for the series too, correct?
No, all the single issues will be direct sales. We're going to kickstart the trade for volume 1. So we're going to kickstart all the trades, and then we're going to do an omnibus.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
So each story is broken up into arcs. So the first arc is Revenant, mm-hmm. and then the next arc is Reign of Chaos. And the arc after that is called God's Thunder. And then we skipped an arc, and then we're going into something that's going to be called Escalation, which is going to be we're bringing together a bunch of other indie comic characters because the threat is going to be too big for the team to handle.
Mm-hmm. And Eric's down for an omnibus.
Yeah, that was always one of the things that I wanted to do with this was to do the short collections and then collect all the arcs together, and mm-hmm. just a huge book to get out into people's hands.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about floppies versus the graphic novels? I mean, what do you guys prefer to have?
I love floppies, but it seems that the market's kind of going towards the graphic novels. But I still, there's just something about having a traditional comic book in your hand. It takes you back to your childhood and makes you feel all fuzzy, and I love that.
Yeah.
Well, to me, I think it's the build up and anticipation of that next issue coming out. Mm-hmm. And with the trade, you've got everything there, and there's no build. So you're flipping from one story to the next. Mm-hmm. I always like that 30-day wait for that next issue.
Yeah, but I gotta say, being home for the last 8 months now and having all these omnibuses on my shelves, the only thing that sucks is they weigh so damn much and they're clunky. When you go, it's like I told my wife, I picked this thing up. It was like 4 or 5 pounds. It was the Squadron Supreme, but it was like every appearance they ever did from the Avengers in the 60s to the 70s to the 80s miniseries by Mark Grunwald. And it was great because I got to sit down and read like 20 years of the Squadron Supreme it just uncomfortable. That's the only problem I have with omnibus.
I bought a wee lectern for my desk so that I can read so that I can read the omnibus on that.
Like
the only problem is you get the old Shazam bagel, leaning over. Reading
yeah. No, I totally agree.
Yeah,
we're doing some support for it.
In the winter in February, and it's wow, it's a lot. It's 464 pages.
Mm-hmm.
So I know what you're saying. It's uncomfortable. Like, didn't think about that. But
some of these things are 1,000 pages. The one I just mentioned is like 1,200 pages. I mean, that's literally like the Bible. I mean, I feel like I'm back at Catholic school again, reading that thing with pictures in it, though.
With pictures,
they're cool though. Omnibuses are cool. You can't deny that.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice to see that massive book on your shelf and just knowing what's in there, especially if you want to catch up. If you want to catch up with a series, I mean, that's definitely the way to go. But, it's probably, it is. You're going to need like a nice desk or something to lay it on. How many pages would your omnibus be, Marvin?
I think the first 2 issues are 32 pages. So, and then the others are in the 20 range. So it'd be what? 20, 30. Yeah, about 800, 900 pages.
Wow. See? Yeah. Now we're talking.
Why not split it up? Why do it all in one? Why not split up?
Because it's called an omnibus, Billy. What is it called? Omnibus.
Omnibus from the Latin mean all of it.
We're gonna do volumes, and then we're going to collect the omnibus at the end. So once everything is done, then the omnibus comes along.
Billy's ready for the mini bus. You can do the little stuff.
It might have to fit on a bus. You might have to like charter a bus to read it.
Are you gonna crowdfund that?
Yes. Any of the collections will be crowdfunded.
Awesome. What platform do you guys think you'll go?
I mean, we could do a Billy and do both. I mean, I have no problem with doing Kickstarter and Indiegogo.
Yeah, that was hard. We're not doing that this time. We're going to do. We will launch our Kickstarter, but after our Indie, we're going to launch exclusively on Indiegogo first. It's just a much easier platform. It's for us, and it just gets too confusing when you do it on 2 platforms. But it's cool to do it, to say you did it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot. It's a lot of work, man. And
a lot of guys are doing it though, bro. You paved a wave there. They're paved a way. They're definitely a lot of people are doing the Kickstarter Indiegogo thing, testing the waters.
Well, there you go.
I say do it, Marvin. Do it.
Yeah. Do it, Marvin.
Do it.
Do it, Marvin.
Don't get shot by John Cole. Was that his name, Marvin? Was that the character's name?
Yes, Phil Lamar. He was at TerrifiCon last year.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
I got to hang out with him at Golden Apple a long time ago.
He was going to be there this year as part of the Justice League reunion. But next year.
So I believe we'll be at TerrifiCon with Herrenberg this next year.
Okay.
Oh, Herrenberg's going too?
Oh yeah, we're Comicsburg up in here.
Nice. JC Vaughn is from Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
The Pittsburgh.
We are representing the Berg.
Yeah. Who was there last year? David Walker? Walker? I can't pronounce. He does Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He was up there because I had to fly him in from Pittsburgh last year. It was a pain. There's no quick way to get from Pittsburgh to Connecticut. I know.
Our effort is too small to be a hub anymore. It was a hub.
Yeah.
In the 80s, and then it became not a hub. So there are very few places you can go direct. Everything is a 1-stop, 2-stop.
Yeah.
But they actually are going to move the terminal closer to the airport.
Oh, yeah.
A brand new airport, which will possibly turn it back into a hub. That place is dead at 9:00 p.m. every night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's like Hartford.
Yeah.
Ghost town.
I'm on YouTube. I do have a YouTube channel. There's not a lot of content on it. So I think it is just Marvin.Wynn on YouTube or MA Wynn.
Now, Marvin, how do they get your book? Where do they go to purchase your book?
If you hit up my website, can I put links?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, share. You can. If you can even share a screen if you want, or you can throw a link.
Let's see if I can put on StreamYard, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So currently you're selling on your website.
Issue 1 there. And issue 3 and 4 are scheduled for January.
Okay.
But
are you in comic shops? Are you selling it direct to the local comic shops?
Yes, directly. So there is we do have a link for retail too on here.
Awesome.
But we're in the hopefully in the home stretch with Diamond.
Very good.
Were you able to get a hold of them? It's tough.
No.
So I tried to help. I've tried to help, man.
If someone from Diamond is listening, we have submitted. So,
all right, excellent. So they can head on over to Second Sight Publishing.
Yes.
They could buy these direct. So I have the link for Second Sight Publishing in the description of the show. So anyone who's interested, please do that. In the meantime, I'm going to put the links that were sent to me into the live chat for you guys to check that out if you're interested in picking up any of these books. And they're very well written, well drawn books. Marvin had sent us a care package of a bunch of great goodies. And it is well worth it. It's a good read, man. You got a good. I like what you're doing there. The homage to the '90s comics, the characters. You're definitely putting together that universe I grew up with. Being a fan of the X-Men and stuff like that. So kudos to you there, man.
Oh, thank you. I mean, that's all we were trying to do is build something that was familiar and was fun for me. And I don't think that comics has ever been as good as they were in the '90s. I mean, that was that was my golden age of comics was in the '90s, and there was just so much to choose from. Yeah. The options were, and I think that we're back there again, where there's just so many options out there that if you're not into the mainstream stuff, there's plenty of indie books out there that'll help you out on your way.
Absolutely.
Very cool, man. Now, Mitch, I know you're a huge fan of comic books and stuff like that. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? I may have asked you this in the past too. I don't recall, but where do you see? Like, I see a lot of mainstream creators going to the crowdfunding sites and things. Is that anything you dabble in, checking out?
Oh yeah, no, I've got a bunch of books here. I got some Graham Nolan books here. I've got I can't think of his name. Grummett did one last year. There. No, what I think it is because we live in a great age now with even TV and media. There's so many niche audiences. You don't have to appeal to the mass audience. You don't have to do what's going to be the big box office blockbuster across the country. You could actually make a small story that has, a couple hundred, couple thousand fans, which is fine because they're dedicated, they're loyal, and they like your stuff. So I'm all for it because you can get stuff that the big two or the big three would never publish. Marvel or DC aren't going to put a book out that's going to sell maybe, 2,000 or 3,000 copies, but it's perfect for the small independent guy that's got the great story ideas, great artwork, and they just want to get out there. So I'm all for it, man. I think crowdfunding is the best thing. I wish it was around in the 90s because I would have done it myself and wouldn't have got yelled at by Howard Chaykin. I would have done my own book. Hell with that guy.
See, no matter what, the grudge remains. Yeah, Italian spirit.
It'll never go away.
He's got to pull the horn out, the necklace. Come on, it's got to be there.
The Malioki? The Malloy. Yeah.
There you go. So, Marvin,
sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, you're talking about grudges. Hopefully there's no little boy sound like a cat in the hallway somewhere.
There you go. No way.
No.
But I'll tell you what, man, Marvin, if you guys are heading to TerrifiCon, you definitely got to hit us up and we can hang out because it's a great time. Because once you're done at the con, you're at the freaking casino, baby.
Yeah, we ran into Billy at Big Apple. And I was going to say last year, but that was just in January. It feels like 3 years ago.
I know, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's bad. It feels like that we've ran through 3 years over the last couple months.
Right. Yeah.
How are you guys doing over there, William, with the pandemic and everything? Are you still locked down?
Well, England is going back into lockdown just now. Up in Scotland, we're not quite there again, but it's going to happen. And I'm doing all my teaching. I'm doing over Teams. I'm doing all my teaching remotely. So I spend most of my day sitting here. I've got my Wake minutes arm there. I'll pull it down when I do some drawing, then I push it back and I go and teach a class. and you go out for a walk and you get your mask on, and it's just so surreal and weird, and it feels like you're in some strange first chapter of a science fiction series you saw in the 1970s. It's just odd, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's pissing me off. I'm so pissed off at this. Yeah, let's not get into it. Sorry.
But, yeah, you know, they haven't stopped us buying whiskey yet, so I'm fine.
There you go.
That's all you need.
What are you drinking, buddy?
I'm drinking my favourite, which is a Lagavulin 16-year-old malt.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
And that's me just finished this one. So I'll order a new one when we're done.
I love it.
3 o'clock in the morning over there, isn't it?
Well, I need something to keep me awake, and that does it.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. So, William, man, tell us what you got going on. I mean, last time you're on for Alias Dark, you got the second issue out. You know, how's it been?
It's been good. Yeah, it's. I launched it last Thursday. Charlie had me on her channel, and we launched it, and I had like $1,000 for the goal, for the funding goal. So if I get that, I'm fine. I'm good to go. I can get a good print run and get going. So we got that within 45 minutes. And then we got to the stretch goal that night as well for stretch goal, and it's going well. So it's just been up for like you see there, it's about 6 days, and I couldn't be happier with it right now, especially right now when for the last like 40 hours nobody's been bothering much about looking at campaigns or anything else, you know. It's done the job. This is like the first campaign, because when I started, it was the idea for the crowdfunding was to get a print run done for Take It to Convention, because that's what I'd been doing. Well, the conventions are few and far between these days, so it's now just I'm concentrating on Indiegogo. And we were talking about floppies. As much as I wanted to do this as a series of floppies, I think the way to go was to start doing it as set graphic novels. So this campaign gives you all 3 issues. The third issue is the main one for this campaign, but you get the first 2 issues as well, and that gives you the complete saga of the werewolves and the Bampots, which is the first saga of Ailsa Dark. And I'm a kind of like my era is the Bronze Age. That's when I was a kid buying comics and thoroughly enjoying them all. So it is very much Bronze Age inspired. It's got that sort of like a sweet melodramatic quality to it. If you like your Hammer horror, your AIP horror, your Vincent Price's, and a wee bit of the film noir and everything all mixed in together, a wee bit of Sam Peckinpah's in there too, you will probably get on board with this. And it's a horror comic for people who are aficionados of horror, but it's also a horror comic for people who probably wouldn't normally touch it. I saw it's a Heroin Borough in the chat when you're mods, you know, you always got to do your pitch and you start going blather, and you can't get it nice and succinct. Done it for me. It's about a Scottish horror hottie fighting werewolves. And that's what it is. So thank you for that.
Horror hottie from Scotland.
Yeah.
Oh, Herrenberg.
Good old Herrenberg.
Now you do everything on this. Do you do everything on this book?
I do, yeah.
You do, right?
Pencil,
ink, colors,
absolutely everything. Colors, design, editing. I'm the worst editor I've ever worked for. I do absolutely everything on it except for this, the next stretch goal, which is our friend Statistical Zero, who he streams with me every other Thursday night. We have a show, Wally and Stato at the movies, and he's done that amazing print for me for the next stretch goal, which we're edging towards a really nice kind of retro 60s Ailsa Dark print.
I like that with the werewolf silhouette here and her
Yeah,
face.
it's nice.
Great.
Yeah, I loved it when I saw it. I thought he's done a great
What
job.
art tonight, huh? Niall? Holy shit.
What's that?
What great art tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, these guys got some great stuff, man. You're gonna send
Yes, it's kind of like, so that's 124 pages in total for this entire saga. So that's a pretty good bargain, I think.
That is a good bargain.
Great bargain.
Great bargain. So what's your so you're so 45
that's a featured pair. So that's what the first 2 issues are. They are 36-page issues, and it's a giant size bumper 1970s special, kind of like a third issue to wrap it all up, and that's 52 pages. It's A4 size. I always think I did this the last time I talked to you. I've always got like an American comic handy. An American comic handy to show you the size next to an A4 size. So here you see one of my older comics here, Tales of Mystery. It's next to a not so classic, but still good Jack Kirby comic. So you see how it's considerably. I like to think of it as an IMAX approach to comic books. So when you start doing the double page spreads, they're so much bigger.
Yes.
So you've got 3 of those. 124 pages in total, and that's a featured pair. So that's really, if you want the story, it's all there, the complete story for the first Dark, and it's going well. We did have a 24-hour cover where my other character, the Tatibogo man, who's a kind of horror character, I had him in the cover, and they sold about, I think it was 22 of those in the first 24 hours. That's no longer available because that was just a special pair for people that kind of got in early.
Was it this cover? Was it that?
That's him there. That's a Tatibogo man. He's kind of like a fun-loving Scottish. He's a Brolican. He's a Scottish mythological creature that I've reinvented as my Scotland's answer to Freddy Krueger. Is what I say to people.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Now what's your day job again? You're a teacher, right?
Yeah, I'm a lecturer in art and animation at college. I used to work in the games, video games, and then I got a bit too long in the tooth in that, the hours and the weekends and all that kind of stuff. I thought I need something a bit easier. So of course I decided to teach and then crowdfund, which was so never just sit in front of a computer for 24 hours a day. But yeah, so I still do that. So during the day, I'm doing that all remotely right now because of the old pandemic. So everything's done in Microsoft Teams, and so teaching people how to rig and animate with Maya and stuff like that is a bit of a challenge, but you're getting it done.
Now, let me ask you though. So you're teacher, instructor, lecturer by day, comic creator by night. Now that you're working from home, I mean, do you find for the creative end of what you do for your own stuff, these books, do you find things being a little easier or allowing yourself more time because now you can work in between things, or how are you balancing your time working full-time and doing the book full-time?
I thought that it would be easier. Turns out that it's not. It turns out that the remote teaching, there's an awful lot to set up and an awful lot to do. It's kind of like if you're sitting in a class and you've got all these faces in front of you, you can twig straight away when somebody's lost and they're not quite getting it. But when you're looking at a bunch of faces on screen and half of them are avatars, it's a lot more difficult to gauge how you're kind of like connecting with them. So you have to do an awful lot of one-to-one kind of video calls with them, so that so that they know you're human and you can actually, kind of make some kind of human connection. It's a lot easier to walk into a classroom full of kids, connect with them, and kind of like and get them all on board than it is to do it remotely. But I'm managing it, and it's one of these things. But it's a learning curve, and everybody's having to do it right now, and it can be fun, but it actually drains you a lot more. You feel a lot more tired after the end of the day. So it's not a case of I can just dive into drawing a comic after it. I've got a schedule. I need to schedule myself now as well, because I've scheduled. So I've got a day I'm working on. Today I'm drawing Chaplin and Stan Laurel, and then tomorrow I'm drawing werewolves and vampots, and that kind of thing. And I have to get into the right mindset for either piece of work that I'm doing.
Yeah. Now, question for you and Marvin, as comic creators and stuff with everything going on. I mean, are you guys, what are you doing for your exposure? You're doing YouTube, you're hitting that social media. Are you guys doing any online conventions? How are you keeping your brand out there? We'll start with you, William.
Well, when I first talked to you, remember about a year ago, and it was like, it's like there was lots of stuff happening and whatever, and I was just starting out on my own. But there's since then, I've kind of like joined up and teamed up with like a kind of like a British Justice League, sort of like CG UK So it's a whole bunch of creators that are over here in the UK, and it was a great idea. It was an idea. It was it was a guy called Captain F Head on Twitter, and Call Me Mark, who had a great campaign out there and has another one out there right now, Not Daredevil campaign. They decided to kind of try and get together all the British creators, because the time zone difference was one of these things where if we were, sorry, that's just a comic book falling over. They're all piled up everywhere. If we're kind of streaming, it's at different times to you guys. If you're on Twitter, it's generally different times to you guys. So they just thought it'd be a good idea if we all got together so we can help promote each other and kind of chat to each other and kind of like work with each other, that kind of thing. So there's a whole bunch of us that do that. And that alone is enough to start the ball rolling. We started streaming together. So we do carry on streaming on a Sunday night. And then individually we started to build up our own channel. So now I tend to stream on a Thursday night. So tomorrow night I'm interviewing Vinny Tartamella, and what I do is I'll get somebody to send me a list of comics that meant something to them or cultural kind of impacts, the movies of that, and I'll kind of read up on them. Chances are I've probably read them, seen them all already, but if not, I'll read up on them, and then we do like an hour, 90-minute interview, and we just talk about comics and things that they love. And then the next week I'll stream with Stato, Statistical Zero, and we talk about the kind of movies we love. So like in 2 weeks' time, we're going to do the entire Planet of the Apes saga and go through them film by film. We just kind of build. It's just building things up like that, and it takes a lot of effort and getting out there, but it's fun at the same time, and you get to meet people, talk to people, and if you're on Twitter, if you just stay away from all the drama, it's fine. You know, it's like you just get on with people, and they see that you're human, and they'll back your book as well. You know, it's like they invest in you as an individual. So I think that's the big thing. It's getting your face out there and seeing that people can connect with you. You're not some weird kind of like monster or anything like that, like three-headed beast. You know, you're just a lovely wee person making a comic. So that's it.
And Marvin, what about you?
So since we didn't get any cons out this year, we are going to do a in-store signing at a local store next week. But it's mostly been that the Plan C distribution group on Facebook when Diamond shut down. Jen King had set up a group, so we've been pretty much just talking with retailers since like April.
Oh, good.
We've lost touch with our fans for the most part. Without a con, I mean, you can't really interact with people, and we did do a few of the online conventions, but I mean, you're still missing that connection with a person. So you can sit there and you can talk about your stuff as much as you want, but if you're not being able to interact with a customer, I mean, it's really not going to get you much done.
Yeah.
So it's just been mostly retailers, and the retailers have been pretty good about just picking up whatever they can when they were in trouble back in April. And I've kept up conversations with a bunch of those stores across the country and other countries as well.
Yeah, social media is huge. Mitch,
yes.
What have you been doing any roundtables with? You know, with I know you have your podcasts and stuff.
No, I'm on a couple shows with Franco. You know Franco from All Yeah Comics.
Yeah.
So we do a weekly show with the guy John Suntress from the Word Balloon, which is a podcast. So we do a Star Trek review show where we talk about Star Trek. Then I do, like I mentioned, a YouTube show where we talk about, like your friend there said, old movies. We review things like Land of the Lost, The $6 Million Man, The Mandalorian, anything that comes up, we'll talk about that. That's on. And that's actually a lot of fun because I was like, who's going to watch this? But you'd be surprised when you talk about this because we're not at conventions and we're not seeing each other at comic shops. There's a lot of people out there that have the same interests. Go figure, right? And they go, oh my God, I love Land of the Lost. I love the $6 Million Man. I love the Night Stalker TV show. And next thing you know, they're watching these videos and they're talking back and forth to all of us. And and then I got my Jerry Ordway. We go out for pizza every 2 weeks and we sit there and have pizza and beer and we put the recorder on and we just talk about whatever Ordway wants to talk about: Superman, Shazam, comic books, the industry, what's going on, what's not going on. So that's fun. That's the Power Cosmic podcast. That's been going on for almost 5 years now.
It's a great podcast, by the way.
And I'm amazed that, like I said, it's just like us talking now. It's just two guys at a pizza restaurant having beer with a recorder, and it's just a conversation, like you're eavesdropping in on it. And we just talk about whatever pops up that day, you know, and people really like it. So.
And random waitress input too.
Yeah, Sarah, the singing waitress. She comes by, but I don't know. I mean, like, COVID sucks. I mean, we all know that. I mean, nobody wants to do this, so hopefully it can go away soon. Because when it's over, I'm telling you, and Billy will appreciate this. Here's how I picture the first day at a Comic-Con once the all clear signal. You remember the longest day when the Nazis in the pillbox. And they tell him there's an invasion coming, and he doesn't believe it. And he picks up the binoculars, and he starts looking over there. He's in Normandy, and all of a sudden you see 200,000 soldiers headed towards him over the ocean. You got the planes, you got the paratroopers, you got the boats, the landing. That's what I picture the first Comic-Con that's open for business to the general public. That's what it's going to look like. It's going to look like the D-Day invasion at Normandy with hundreds of thousands of fans who've been bottled up for 2 years now that can't effing stand this shit any longer. And they want to go outside and they want to talk about all that nerdy crap that we love and breed and would sleep and bang if we could. That's how much we love this shit, okay?
Yeah.
You heard it from here. Let's bang it.
Let's bang it, Marvin. We're banging it.
If the Bronze Age of comics,
bang hard, man.
Bang. Yeah, so that's what I think. Yeah, just off the top of my head. So yeah.
Mitch 2020.
I ran for office once before, and you know what's funny? I won by 1 vote. And then they had to do a recount, and I lost by 3 the next day. So I know how it goes. Yeah, I was the only non-lawyer in the entire campaign. Everybody was a lawyer. Everybody was another lawyer, and I was the only guy that was just a normal dude. And they're like, "This guy's never going to win." And that night, I won all the votes because you know what you had to do? You had to go to every single door and knock on the door and introduce yourself and tell people why you're running for office. And they sent me a list of all the registered voters. So for 4 months, I walked the entire neighborhood in the town and knocked on about 5,000, 6,000 doors. And no one had ever done that. And I was like, well, there you go. You got to sell yourself, baby. Yeah, no one's going to sell you for you.
You work. What were you running for?
I was running for a selectman in town.
And what's the selectman?
It's kind of like they have a board that runs the town. And
they select stuff.
You select stuff. You go, I like that street. And Let's go put a street light up over there and get rid of that stop sign. No one wants that type of thing. So that's what it was. Back in 2009, Billy, when I was a bright-eyed, bushy-tailed kid, and then I gave it all up for comic conventions.
Gave it all up to ruin your life.
Right. It's all downhill since.
It's all downhill, brother. I hear you.
It's all downhill in Batmobiles.
Yep.
Can't complain there. So yeah, everyone, check out Ailsa Dark, Werewolves, and Bampots. Full saga. Bampots.
A Bampot.
Full saga.
Somebody asked, a Bampot is just a kind of very stupid person. Yeah, but they're kind of like in my world of Ailsa Dark, a Bampot also happens to be a flesh-eating ghoul. So you know,
a girl or a ghoul?
Ghoul. Well, some of them are girls. Some of them are girl ghouls. You know, but. Yeah, a flesh-eating ghoul.
Nice.
If
you guys can, help share it on all your social media outlets, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Help push William's amazing book here. Issue 3 is out. Actually, you're getting all 3 issues here, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Did I cut you off, Billy? I'm sorry.
No, he was going to say something about flesh-eating ghouls, and I'm like, you better not, because I'm going to tell Debbie, and she's going to kick your ass.
Every time I talk to William, I want to be Scottish so bad. I got to do that 23andMe, and hopefully I'm Scottish.
Scottish. Yeah. That was a wee bit Jimmy Doohan.
Never do that again, Billy. Like Scottish. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was a wee bit Jimmy Doohan there.
Yeah, Billy likes has haggis when it's dipped in some tomato sauce.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You've got to get a whiskey sauce for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, and then make sure, guys, head over to Second Sight Publishing if you're interested in The Edge. Check it out. That's where you can start buying the issues. Now, what's the schedule again on when these books are coming out, Marvin?
Issue 1 is officially out today. Issue 2 is the 17th, and then 3 and 4 are in January.
Fantastic. So bookmark that.
You well done.
Check it out. And you can get this digitally too, can't you? Is that still available?
They told me they were going to do digital. I mean, I'll check and see, and I'll post it on my Facebook page.
All right, fantastic, man. Well, you guys got some great books out there, William, and I appreciate you. Staying up late with us. I got to ask you guys, did you guys, I don't know if you're Star Wars fans, but have you had a chance to see the first episode of season 2 of Mandalorian?
Not only did I see it, I did a whole YouTube show about it that you can watch right now on Mitch and Ed's Excellent Adventure on YouTube. So
what? You did?
Yes, it was on last Friday.
Spoilers? Spoilers, Mitch?
No, there's no spoilers on my show. I wouldn't be that dick that would ruin a show for somebody. No spoilers.
I thought it was really good.
Billy, Darth Vader's Luke Skywalker's dad.
Dude. Yeah, I found that out from the comic book because the comic came out before the movie, remember?
That's right, it did. I was so pissed. I'm like, what the hell's that? And they did it for Return of the Jedi, too. I got the book like 3 weeks before the movie came out. I'm like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, right? What was up with that shit?
The guy... I don't know. All
Skywalker built C-3PO if nobody knew that.
All I know is the novelization of The Empire Strikes Back has a mistake in it that bothered people for years.
What was that?
Obi-Wan Kenobi tells Luke Skywalker that he left him at his brother Owen's house on Tatooine.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I was like, wait, Uncle Owen is Obi-Wan Kenobi's brother? Really? And then they had a retcon that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's in the novelization. And we had the guy who wrote the novelization, Don Glut, who was coming to TerrifiCon this year, who was going to explain what the hell happened. But thanks, COVID.
Will he be there in 2021?
God willing, yes, he will. Yes, he's in his he went to school with George Lucas, no less.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He used to write What If. Yes,
yeah,
Don Glut.
Yeah,
he used to work with Marvel. He used to write the horror comics too. Like Zombie and Frankenstein's Monster and all that stuff. He was a horror guy. Yeah, big time. So anyway,
very cool. William, are you a Star Wars fan, William?
I used to be, yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of zoned out after the last. I haven't watched anything since the last Jedi.
We don't talk about the Last Jedi.
No, I haven't watched the last movie they made, and I haven't watched The Mandalorian. And I'll be honest with you, I saw Baby Yoda, and I kind of thought I don't want to watch The Mandalorian. Oh. I know people love it, but no, I mean, I'd like to introduce it to a blender or a microwave, and I'll be happy. Yeah.
That's a great review. What about Star Trek? You like Star Trek at all?
Yeah, Star Trek's. I mean, I love Star Wars, but yes, I was brought up on Star Trek.
Went to Starfleet Academy.
I love Star Trek. Stopped watching that as well for obvious reasons. But yeah, no, Star Trek's probably more my thing because I was brought up watching William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy and DeForest Kelley when I was a kid, watching it on the telly with my family. And then, pretty much every series of Star Trek up and even up through Enterprise and that,
Oh, Baby Yoda.
Yeah, he won't shut up. It's over there now. Like,
he's pissed at William right now. Shut up. He's like, stop talking about Star Trek. What about you?
He's like a Tribble's nightmare.
Right? Mitch, I mean, you've got a show. You're talking Star Trek. You talk Star Wars. I mean, does one trump the other for you?
Oh, if you have to choose? Star Wars, even though my mom made me start watching Star Trek in the 70s when she used to watch it, and I used to get into it. But no, once Star Wars came out, that was it, because Star Trek's cool, but it was always kind of scientific-y. It's like they're trying to teach me something, where Star Wars was like, screw that, man. We're just gonna blow up shit, and you're gonna have fun with it. And we got swords and monsters and furry things and Carrie Fisher in a metal bikini. Who the hell cares? Boom.
It's all pow, 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 pow. That's all. That's Star Wars.
That's right. That's Star Wars. And then the Ewoks came, and then all hell broke loose.
They truly did the Ewoks because they didn't want to pay the budget to have it. Because was it supposed to be all of?
It was supposed to be Wookiees. It was supposed to be 7, which would have been cool. You know, that would have been a kick-ass. But no, they didn't want to spend the money. So,
have you guys seen Hacksmith? They built that lightsaber.
No, what they built
for real?
Yeah, you haven't. You guys haven't seen Hacksmith, dude? Let me see if I can pull that up here.
Is that thing that blinds airplanes over at JFK? They flash into the pilot's eyes. Is that those guys?
Yeah,
bunch of a-holes. That's what that.
Here it is. Here's let's see. World's first lightsaber build.
Let me see.
Let's see. Is there a video?
Yeah, I just hopefully I don't get any trademark shit.
I think Niles. He's
I'm
smoking the marijuana, guys.
He's high as a kite.
If you do it without the sound,
you do it without the sound, bro. It's awkward.
He does do it without the sound.
Well, if you won't get a copyright strike if they don't hear it. A lot of times they hear shit.
Do they now?
Yeah.
YouTube is crazy how they hear shit. Yeah. Okay, he's got propane. And how is that a lightsaber?
This is an ad.
Okay.
Propane accessories.
Yeah, propane and propane accessories.
Damn it, Bobby.
Full screen now. No?
Yeah, let me get these ads to go away.
What is this?
Let me skip.
Okay, skip an ad. Okay.
All right, propane.
The most satisfying demonstrations of physics phenomena of fluids. Laminar flow. Basically, we need a large array of laminar flow nozzles
so we
to create highly concentrated flow.
Who's that guy? He needs to shave.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I'm kind of fascinated by the beard.
And highly specialized gases.
Let's speed through here.
I'm getting a 70s vibe off this guy. Is he,
Charles Planet of the Apes vibe off the beard.
Charles Manson. Why is Charles Manson playing with propane?
Here, let's do this one. Let's do the lightsaber versus the bank vault.
I just got to work, and there's.
What's in the box? What is that?
It's a bank vault. There's treasure.
Oh, okay.
They're from Canada too.
That's ice. All right.
What's
in there? Jabba the Hutt.
Jar Jar Binks is in that.
There you go. Right. All right. So what happens?
Just grab a camera. Meet me in my office. This video is sponsored by Lords Mobile.
There he is again.
Giant safe. We're going to be giving away $30,000
That's
cash.
his pandemic hairdo.
I really hope that's what's inside.
No, there's no lightsaber on this show, is there?
There's a lightsaber.
Come on, now what's the lightsaber, man? Can you fast forward, scroll through this?
Checking the security camera footage.
What's that?
Can you scroll through it? There you go. All right.
What's this? Here we go.
With a lightsaber.
Get the hell out of here.
It's they made it out of welding.
It's a welding torch, dude.
Lightsaber welding torch.
Oh, come on.
That's the closest you're gonna get.
That's cool though, man. Can he cut through it though? Instead of going straight, he's gonna cut through it.
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while though.
Can he cut his hand off with it?
Oh, you melt your hand off.
Oh, what is
Look at this. Wow. It's just like the movies, guys. Wow. Hey, look, my phone's like a tricorder.
It took them 6 weeks to cut through it. All the Jedi
exactly, right? Yeah, exactly.
Oh, look at that.
Metal is melting. Wow.
All right.
You see now? It's real. They can really do it.
You know, I got all excited, Niall, and then you got this on there, and this is the Al Capone vault.
That's the real deal right there.
Geraldo Rivera over there opening Al Capone's vault. You want people to be entertained, don't you?
Dumb.
That's amazing. A waste of time.
Did you see that clickbait on their video image? Bastard.
No.
It looks like a lightsaber. See? You guys look here. It looks like
very disappointed.
Very disappointed.
I know. Hey, Niall, look. I've got the Green Lantern's real lantern here too. Oh, the green screen.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's really the Green Lantern's lantern because the green.
Let me go put my power ring on it. Yeah.
I thought you would give me the finger.
Hey, no. Watch this now. You could see through my head. Look. Hey, look at that. Ooh, wow, I'm the Invisible Man. Hey, yeah.
The really cool trick is my studio's behind me, but it's actually to the left of me. Green screen studio.
What?
I just want to know what Billy's drawing down there.
Okay, yeah, give us a preview, bro. What do we got? Can you preview it?
No, it's just the roughs I'm doing right now.
Okay.
No, it's very.
Is it a Rocketeer? Is it a Rocketeer?
No.
Cosmic Cube.
Aikyo book. I'm on page 38. I'm finishing.
Spider-Man's head right there. Hi, Spider-Man.
Billy.
Oh, we were showing off stuff.
If TerrifiCon did happen this year, we were going to have Jimmy Palmiotti's birthday party on Friday night.
I remember that.
Yeah. The whole crew was going to come down. Even Joe Quesada.
Oh, my birthday is the day before Jimmy's.
Yeah.
Oh, we got bobblehead.
It would have been like a freaking
John Wayne bobblehead.
It would have been like Mardi Gras.
But it wouldn't have been my birthday too, though. Okay.
It's your turn, Marvin.
Thanks.
I've got Deathstroke.
Sorry, I don't want to go
nice
to the party, Mitch. I don't want to go to the birthday party.
You don't go to birthday party? I got the Mandalorian.
I want to go to that. Anyway.
Okay, Jim. I mean, Billy.
If you have it, it's born 11 days after me. So.
Hey, man.
If you have a pinata, Billy will go. And he needs a goodie bag when he's done. He likes those Smartie candies and those little frogs. You tap the butts and they bounce.
Yeah.
Bouncing butt tapping frogs.
He's got banned from several Chuck E. Cheese's now, and we know why. I wonder if that's still open anymore. I went to Barnes and Noble today, the first time since February. It was like a ghost town. Everything was set up. All the books were out, the magazines. Nobody was in the store. I'm like, is this like open for business? They're like, yeah. I'm like, all right. But it seemed like a movie set. Like there was no one there.
I think Chuck E. Cheese has declared bankruptcy.
Oh, Chuck. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised, yeah.
No. I'm just wondering when everything's going to come back.
I got this message to ask you this question, Mitch. How much contact he has had with Scott Coker, president of Bellator? He mentioned Mitch's name in regards to the Mohegan Sun. Is
Bellator the MMA stuff? Is that Bellator? Yeah, the fight stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. What was the guy's name? Scott who? Scott Coker. I could tell you this right now. Zero, because I don't know who the hell that is. So sorry.
Right. Question answered. Question answered. He has no clue who it is.
Nope. I've never seen an MMA thing, but it's huge though. I know it's over at Mohegan Sun.
We don't talk about Fight Club anyway.
Exactly. I don't.
You know it.
I'm into thumb wrestling. That's about it. As much as I get into.
All right, guys. Well, hey, it's been a great show. Appreciate all you guys coming on to hang out. Mitch, can't wait for TerrifiCon. Yeah, William, man, good luck with the Indiegogo, and Marvin, man, keep that universe building with the Edge, man.
Thank you.
And really looking forward to the other books that you have coming out. And Billy.
Yeah.
Just keep doing you, bro. Keep doing you. Keep doing you, bro.
I think I'm Scott myself right now.
I think he told you to go screw yourself, Billy.
Told me to go screw myself.
That's what I heard.
That was it. Got
it. Oh.
How would I say that? How would I say that, William? Screw yourself.
To begin with, you'd have to start with an F. We wouldn't say screw. We'd say away F yourself.
Go.
There you go.
Yes,
away F yourself.
Away.
No, we would say away to F. You know?
That sounds like my next door neighbor. She's from Ireland. All day long. Oh, God forbid, Mitch. Well, fucking the fuck. I'm like, oh, slow down. Oh, you hear, Margaret. What's the matter, Margaret? Oh, Jesus Christ, Mitch. I don't know what's going on with these kids. Oh, Jesus now. Oh, jeez.
Did she used to live in? I knew a Margaret
from Ireland.
From Ireland, yeah.
Yeah, imagine that, a girl named Margaret from Ireland. It never happened.
That's like a guy named Margaret.
It sounds like a guy.
Does she have a daughter?
Tony from Italy. She's got
Tony from Italy too.
She's got 5 kids next door. So
God, love her. She's got kids.
Then the Donahues have 6 kids up the street.
Irish. We had the Maloney. They had 10 kids. 10.
Yeah, we had the Gemmels. They had 9 kids.
And Miss Maloney is still with us. She's got to be in her 90s.
She's a saint, though, Billy.
That reminds me of Miss Maloney's Irish bean stew. Have you ever had Miss Maloney's Irish bean stew, Nick?
No, but they play the bagpipes next door. Oh, I got to hear those bagpipes. Oh, boy.
Can I finish my story?
No.
Thanks.
I don't want to hear about your beans.
Well, it's the best. It's the best.
What the hell is going on?
It is the best.
William, what the hell is going on right now?
You want to know why her Irish bean stew is so great?
Why, Billy?
I'd like to know. Well, because she uses specifically 239 beans in her stew. And would you like to know why she only uses 239 beans specifically? Because if she used 1 bean more, it'd be 240. 240.
William's like, oh my God.
That's a dad joke, Billy.
I know. Like,
for those out there, he said 240. Like a
240. Yeah. 240 by half.
240.
Unbelievable.
My son is saying it now, not to be 240.
Put that kid to bed. Come on.
No,
it's a school night.
It's a party.
Don't forget it, Mitch. 240. Woo.
Keep drawing, buddy.
Don't quit your day there, Bill.
Exactly.
Well, anyways, everyone, thanks again for coming on the show. And tomorrow night, everyone, tune in. We'll be back on at 9 p.m. with Rob Maltieri, Ted Sikora, and Matt Shore. And we'll be dabbling in their books. So keep an eye out for that promo with the link. And we will see everyone again tomorrow night at 9 p.m.
You guys are the best.
You guys are the best. Good luck with everything, everyone. And again, Mitch, we hope you can come on some more with us.
I got nothing to do. So
all
sure.
Right.
Mitch,
have a good one, guys.
Mitch, 240. 240.
Have a good one, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Hey everyone! Hey everyone! Joining us on POPXP. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at the POPXP and over on Instagram at the POPXP. Thanks again, everyone, and we'll see you soon.